Coming to you from the dining room table at East Barbary Lane, welcome to a new episode of Full Circle, the podcast. A visit to our home where we squeeze a few headlines through our decidedly queer lens and see what happens. This episode is brought to you by Decanted Jug Wine and my disdain with cis male fragility. Notice I didn't say cis het, because if they were actually straight, we'd probably have far fewer issues and reserve ice for beverages where it belongs.
Oop. I am your host, Charles Tyson Jr.
And I'm your host, Martha Madrigal. Welcome to the Full Circle table.
You warned me before we recorded that it was going to be a long intro, but I think that was the exact right length.
Well, thank you. The news, man.
Wait, hold on. Hi, baby.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, you know.
Except for the fascism, everything's great.
Right. It's a wonderful time to be alive. Except for the fascism. Kathy keeps saying that. God bless America, except for the fascism.
It keeps being true.
It does keep being true. I mean, it's been quite a week. It's actually only been a week.
I know.
And we're trying to get back on schedule. So much to talk about. So much happening. And that is by design, people. They want us exhausted.
And distracted.
Yeah. Yes, and distracted. I'm the distraction. Hi.
And you know what? When you said fascism, made me think about James Baldwin famously said that black folks are used to living in a fascist state because Jim Crow South, because slavery, like we're used to this shit. Everyone else thinks of fascism as being something that happens across the ocean.
Right.
And
I noticed, I have a different view than many of my skin folk of all this, and part of it is you. Part of it is...
You're welcome. I'm sorry.
Is being trans. Part of it is just the people that I talk to all the time, whose views I at least hear and understand, whether we certainly all have very different stories. But for many people, this shit doesn't even feel new yet.
For real, though.
It feels new to the people who have never been treated this way. That does. And I keep hoping that, maybe it's good, maybe it isn't. But that this last death, was it even the last one? It's been a week, was the fire hose moment.
Right.
I keep hoping like enough Americans will be horrified that, change.
Fingers crossed, because the conversation is happening.
It's happening. More and more MAGA folks are relinquishing some of their idolatry, But the comment section is still full of bots or what have you,
right,
making the argument. And today, it was all I could do to choke back, wait a minute. You are the party of small government.
Right.
You are the party who has talked about states' rights and federal government overreach, and now you have completely followed the talking points of these chuckleheads, and you're sitting here telling us about, how federal law trumps everything. What the fuck? Critical thinking, I know, is not their strong suit, but never.
I know.
Like never. Don't you stop at some point and say, I'm not even being consistent with myself?
Right.
All of the values I was raised with. And if you were raised as a Republican, whatever. But there were values. There were certain things that made sense within that party that are not a part of the argument you're making right now.
Correct.
In fact, they couldn't be further from it.
Right.
And if this was a Democrat in the White House and we had the roving band of thugs. Shit. And you know what else I find ironic? And then we really will get to the show. these Second Amendment chuckleheads who have been, stockpiling weapons for when the government does exactly what they're doing right now in the streets. You were going to be prepared. You never allowed for the part where you agree with them. We did. That's the difference. Hi.
Can I just make a comment?
Sure.
For a second?
Sure.
You with the fire in your eyes and the fierce little leopard satin robe. It's kind of hot. I'm digging it.
It's actually a giraffe print, but thank you.
Oh, giraffe print.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm Monique Hart.
I have multiple animal prints. Thank you. Yeah, well, it is Sunday morning, January 18th.
Yes.
Yes, I love this robe. It's my Hausfrau. It's my little,
I love it.
Yeah, it's over a cute little black number. You didn't mention that. But anyway, just lounging.
It was the flowing of it all as you're like, and another thing.
I talk with my hands.
I love it.
Well, thanks. Okay. Yeah, I am astounded.
Yeah.
And I do my best. I stay out of the comment sections in that. I very rarely ever comment. But I'll just read a few just to see what we're doing with.
Take the temperature.
Just to see, because it doesn't take many.
Nope.
To see what the laughing bots do. And watching these these idiot men who, moments ago were singing a different tune. And now it's all okay, right?
Chucklehead is the new ass hat.
Oh, yeah, well. I it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. And, some of it really is. Irony is dead.
Chaw.
It's incredible. So you, I know, had a conversation. Are we going to get to that? We're going to lead with that. What do you want to do? I know you recently had a very interesting conversation.
I did.
And it's relevant right now.
Yeah, I am fortunate enough to be privy to occasional conversations with several members of the Black media. And in this most recent conversation, we were talking about how, yes, it's a good thing that we are having the conversations that we have been having about the murder of Renee Good.
Yes.
But this same energy was not given when Keith Porter was murdered.
Just 2 weeks before, right?
Right, on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Or a week before. Yeah.
Right. And, I was having that same conversation with you as we were editing last week's episode because, we made no mention of him.
Right. It didn't get the press it should have.
Right.
You actually had a conversation with a family member. And what was the takeaway? What was your takeaway? I don't even want to name the member. It's just, what was your takeaway from that conversation?
It was business as usual. The story that went out is in direct conflict with the eyewitness accounts of not just Keith Porter's family, but other residents of the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, the off-duty agent, ICE agent, was saying how Keith had fired on him, pointed his gun at him, when actually what happened was Keith went outside to celebrate, as many others had done before him,
and shot the gun in the air
by shooting his AR-15 in the air, and that was it. He was on his way back into the house when his neighbor, the off-duty ICE agent, after having gone inside and putting on his tactical gear, came outside and threatened him and shot him dead.
Let me go put my suit on.
Right.
Because Black people aren't supposed to have automatic weapons.
Right.
They didn't mean that.
And the biggest, the one point that stuck out to me was the family member was saying how the ICE agent reported that Keith fired 3 shots at him, and that someone was saying how 3 shots were heard, and she was like, it was an AR-15.
You can't fire 3 shots.
Right, which is an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
So even if you pulled the trigger once, it's going to be more than 3 shots.
Which arguably should not have existed in the first place, but
Right.
it did. It did.
Right.
It did. And the people who would defend the ICE agent are the ones who defend, citizens being able to be so armed.
Right.
But you only meant white people, probably.
Right. Oh, of course.
Yeah, along with your friend. So was the neighbor white?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And it has recently come out that the agent is facing allegations of abuse and hateful remarks, according to a new LA Times report. And given the new allegations, the family of Keith Porter and their attorney believe that this could qualify as a hate crime or race-related.
Well,
even though we knew that before,
right.
But now,
right, because there's a history here, and the LA Times is reporting on it.
Right.
Good.
So I just wanted to make sure that in this episode we made a point of mentioning Keith Porter Jr.
Yes.
And the fact that his death was just as significant, and wasn't getting the talk and the press that it should have.
I'm going to say this because of the weapon. Because of the weapon, it's not as clear cut as Renee Gold. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not as clean and served up to you in a palatable manner. And I frame this that way in honor of Claudette Colvin died.
This is true.
Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat on the bus before
Rosa Parks. But she was not.
We won't talk about Pauli Murray, who did it well before both of them, but but Claudette Colvin did it first. But
she was not as palatable for the movement.
She had darker skin, and she was pregnant out of wedlock, if I recall.
And a teenager, right?
And a teenager, right? So she was not the face,
right?
And so they sent out Rosa, who was more palatable,
right,
for the movement,
right?
And we all do that when we're trying to make a point. And I'm just, it's what disgusts me about politics so often. It's like everybody does the same bullshit to make their point.
It's that word optics.
Optics. The optics were different. But that doesn't mean, but I don't care if chuckleheads in Alabama don't get dead because they shot an A-15. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then this never should have happened, should it?
Right.
And if one of them says, well, you're not supposed to have that kind of gun.
Who's you?
Come on now.
Right.
Come on now. And that's what I mean. The hypocrisy, these people have lost their fucking minds.
Right.
And words mean nothing to them.
That's why I'm so glad the Black Panthers are public again.
Yeah. I mean, I was raised by two, not college educated humans, and my grandmother, who also, who said right is right and wrong is nobody.
Right.
And they meant that shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Claudette was not chosen. But, the point that she made, again, that Pauli Murray made before both of them, back in I think 1940.
Yeah.
Is what Rosa Parks was eventually known for.
Right. No less powerful of a statement, but yeah.
Right. But Claudette sat down first before Rosa, and she died at 86.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I was not made aware of her existence until an episode of Drunk History.
Drunk History. That's what Kathy said. Yep. Drunk History. How about that?
But
and if it was not for Nellie Fitzpatrick, I would not know about Pauli Murray.
Same.
And then, then found the documentary.
Right.
And then found out,
right,
that Pauli, refused to get up in 1940.
Yep. And I put on our social media after Claudette Colvin died, we had a 15-minute fave last season called Claudette.
Oh, okay.
And it was basically a house song about Claudette Colvin and the civil rights movement.
I love that.
And
All right.
I especially love that song because the chorus is "Do not fuck with colored people."
Well,
So on
okay.
the day she passed, I made a point of posting that song on our socials.
Cool. Also,
Yeah, speaking of music, John Forte died. He was found dead at 50 in Massachusetts home.
young. So young.
My age. That is young.
That is young.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
John Forte is famously known for being part of the refugee camp All Stars with Wyclef Jean. He was on the Carnival album. I always think of him in the song "We Trying to Stay Alive." And he had that interesting, like, sneaky voice, and he could dance, and he had a really cool flow. And it's funny because I was just randomly thinking about him a couple days before because I was listening to "We Trying to Stay Alive," and I was like, I wonder what he's up to because he was really talented. And then 2 days later, so I hope I didn't do it.
I don't think you did.
But
I'm pretty sure you did not. But yeah, 50.
yeah, there's no signs of foul play or readily apparent cause of death.
Right. Yeah, he was a native of New York City.
Yeah.
Musical prodigy who broke through in his early 20s. He was a multi-instrumentalist and rapper, and he released solo albums as well, with contributors including Carly Simon, who, interestingly, her son Ben Taylor was a good friend of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was that connection there to music. John Forte, dead at 50. Scott Adams. I mentioned he was the disgraced, racist Dilbert creator.
Yeah,
Dead at 68. Say what you want.
It's so crazy that I didn't find out until much later that he was racist.
Yeah, the comment came out in 2023. He had a little racist rant. Until then, Dilbert was clever.
It was clever, if not always funny.
True, but it was satirical about office life, and sometimes it was dead on.
Yeah, so he did.
It was ubiquitous in the 1990s.
It really was.
He was pulled from wide circulation after he degraded black people in a 2023 rant. He was pulled from the Washington Post, etc. And I forget what he even said.
Does it actually matter?
No. I remember. So he was commenting on a poll about the statement, "It's okay to be white." He said, if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, that's a hate group. I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people because there is no fixing this. Wow. Okay.
Wholly missing the point, Batman.
Yeah, and it was, it was a poll. It was a Rasmussen poll that found 53% of black Americans agreed with the statement, "It's okay to be white," while 26% disagreed and 21% specified they weren't sure.
Right.
You know what? Say what you will.
It's
like it's probably true somewhere.
The comparison
not
I
all
always
white people, but
the comparison I always make is if everyone in your family went to everyone in my family and punched us in the face every day for, let's say, 400 years.
Let's just to pull a number out of the air. Yes.
And so everyone in my family publicly said, we don't fuck with everybody in your family.
Right.
Fuck each and every one of you.
Right.
But you blame us for having that sentiment, not them for doing the punching. That's kind of what that argument is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he tried to defend himself and did not do so well.
No.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is.
That leads me to believe that he had an interaction with a couple of black folks that didn't go the way he thought it would, and so therefore
something.
Anyway, he did.
Or he was hanging out with Joe Rogan or somebody.
Well,
no, I'm sorry. I don't know. Is he a racist? too.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah. I mean, he's a lot of things. I don't know about that part.
Well, I'll say this.
He's a chucklehead.
Let me not even stop myself from being nice. Yes, Joe Rogan is a racist because someone did a supercut of all the times that he said the N-word on his show.
That's
it
right.
was like a 2-minute video.
That's right.
That
Yes,
plus
I thought
he
so. Okay.
loves to have people like Stephen Miller on his show.
Right.
And like all these anti-trans people. So yeah, fuck Joe Rogan. I don't even know why I was going to give him a moment of grace.
I don't know, but the fact that you were willing to makes you a better person.
I agree.
But fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. But fuck him. No, thank you.
But,
Comma.
I mean, either way. But, yeah.
As long as I don't have to do it, sure.
I can't imagine that being pleasant.
No. I believe the phrase is painting the children.
Ooh. Just dip it in tar.
Wow.
I don't imagine there's a lot of fiber in his diet. That's all I was saying.
Ooh, we are hitting the ground running this week, Joe.
We're not.
Or
Ooh, okay.
there's good news.
Yes, there is. and we should probably go right there. Go ahead. You want to start?
Sure. So, George Floyd's aunt called out Trump after Renee Good's killing.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. According to Angela Harrelson, her death, Renee Good's death, draws parallels to George Floyd's murder and the lasting trauma it left in the community. I mean, I can't be the only one that made that comparison in my head. She said, Donald Trump is not God. He thinks he is, but he is not.
Yeah. Minneapolis, once again.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Minneapolis is like this hotbed of like strife and police violence. And it's, someone said, who would have thought that the revolution would start in Minneapolis, besides Prince?
Besides Prince, right. She spoke out about the killing.
Yeah.
And the similarities she sees between Good's death and Floyd's murder in May of 2020
Yeah.
by a former Minneapolis police officer. While both murders were high profile and sparked nationwide protests, they also received different reactions from the public. Wonder why. Good's family has also retained the same law firm that represented Floyd's family to investigate her shooting and press for answers in the case, according to the Griot. Both Trump and his administration considered Good's killing justified. Of course they did. Accusing her of interfering with ICE operations. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, waste of flesh, called her actions domestic terrorism. This is what I mean when I say words mean nothing anymore. And said she weaponized her vehicle. Yeah, this, there's video, people.
Yeah. That's the thing. They keep doing this. Like Google is not a thing. Like YouTube is not a thing. Like we don't all have cameras in our pockets. Bitch, we can see you.
They think they have. She said they're out of control. She's right. And they feel like they don't have to answer to nobody but Donald Trump. That is how they act. Because January 6th, and then he pardoned them all. And Yep.
She said they're killing black, brown, and even white people.
How about it?
Some of these people could end up being your neighbors, the people you work with, the people you know. All of this stuff trickles down when you're dealing with absolute destruction and corruption.
And
word up.
Corruption is the most important word here. Because they are corrupt as the day is long. And we have nothing but incompetence running our government right now.
For real,
nothing but. Because no one who's competent will work for him.
Exactly. She also said, and I love this, she said, if you stand for humanity, you know what to do. The tide is going to turn and it's going to be rough for a while, but we will get there. I know the pain. You guys know the pain. We all know the pain. We know this pain together, but we will see the light again.
We will. And like I said, Rome wasn't obliterated from the map. They just fell.
Right.
They ain't the seat of much. I mean, other than, the tea dance that is the Vatican. But, this is, what is happening is hideous.
Period.
I'm glad she spoke up. Yeah, they're all related. Of course they're related. This abuse of power is a problem.
Yeah.
And these jackals are not law enforcement per se. They're acting like they're the cops, but they're not cops.
No, they're armored bullies.
Right. And the only thing they can deal with is federal law, which, yeah. Trump is punishing Minnesota overall. Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm.
Talking about bringing the military in to stop the protests.
Right. This is all so transparent, and yet he still has those who will defend this. Mm-hmm. And, hey, you're the one who has to explain it to your grandchildren if we all still have a planet by the time this jackass is done. Kristi Noem, there is a push for her impeachment, as there well should be.
Word.
Democrats seek to remove her over the ICE allegations.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, she should be removed. Truly.
She's not doing anything to make our, quote, homeland secure.
Yeah, she has absolutely no qualification to be where she is. She says the most ridiculous things, and she has no problem saying them. Like, she doesn't even, hesitate, let alone choke on her words as she should.
Right.
Robin Kelly introduced 3 articles of impeachment against her last Wednesday. The first accused her of obstruction of denying Congress members access to ICE facilities. Mm-hmm. CBS News reported them. The second article alleges she violated public trust by sending ICE agents to arrest people without warrants. Mm-hmm. And directing tear gas against citizens. Mm-hmm. And the third accuses Noem of abusing her power by bypassing the contract process to fund a $200 million ad campaign to recruit ICE agents and giving the contract to a company run by a friend of hers. Mm-hmm. No kidding.
Right.
No kidding. She's brought her reign of terror to the Chicagoland area, LA, New Orleans, Charlotte, Durham, and communities east, north, to south, to east, to west.
Mm-hmm. That's everywhere.
That would be everywhere. She needs to be held accountable for her actions. I agree.
Yeah.
In my best dreams, I see them all being held accountable for this.
Right. Make examples of
awful,
all of
illegal, unconstitutional, unconscionable behavior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Get them out.
Anyway, that was, I guess that's a little bright spot.
Right.
I liked this, and I loved the headline. A new YouGov poll asked Americans whether they thought that certain issues were a problem for either political party. 44% said that transphobia was a major problem among Republicans, and another 24% said they thought it was a minor problem. Only 32% of respondents said it wasn't a problem, and they're the transphobes.
Right.
Transphobia was the second most likely issue to be labeled a problem by respondents after hostility toward immigrants, tolerance of political violence, conspiracy thinking, white supremacy, homophobia, and fascism followed closely behind. The headline was, Americans think Republicans are too obsessed with trans people.
For real?
Perfect headline. Yeah, they are. They need to keep pointing to something to distract. And that's why they keep, they're putting the pedal to the metal. They were in the Supreme Court, this week, talking about us playing sports. If I could, how many of us don't even play sports in the places where they're making rules, but whatever.
Right.
It was 1,107 U.S. adult citizens interviewed from December 30th to January 1st. So it was a quick poll. They were also asked if they had an overall favorable opinion of the Democratic and Republican parties. Their views were fairly balanced. 39% favorable view of Democrats. Same percentage. Somehow.
Right.
This is you want to know people are stupid? Here you go.
Well.
Had a favorable view of Republicans. But this is my point. Even their people are saying, what the fuck is your problem?
Right.
Stop it already. trans people are not raising grocery prices. We have nothing to do with Greenland or Venezuela or Argentina or wherever the fuck he is these days. Like, we have nothing to do with any of that. Never did.
Right.
We are not your problem.
Right. And that's the thing. Like,
they are the pedophiles.
We need to swap out ICE and bring in the irony police because, oh my God, everyone talks about ideologies being, quote, shoved down our throats, where it's actually transphobia that's being shoved down our throats. No one's even thinking about trans people. And then 2:00 on a Wednesday, there's something about bathrooms and sports.
Right. And here's the thing. The people who continue to push this narrative are predators.
Yeah.
They are predators. Yeah. Whether they're fucking children, trying to fuck children, jerking off to pictures of children being fucked, or otherwise doing shit they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
They are the predators. Our president right now is a predator.
Ding, ding,
and this
ding.
is predator behavior, all of it.
Yeah.
No, look over there.
Right.
Look over there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because
Exactly.
I'm somehow causing someone a problem. I mean, unless you're upset that my tree is still up, I'm still looking at my Christmas tree because I need a little joy.
I know that's right.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? But this is what predators do. Mm-hmm. And, if we listed every fucking time there's a Republican in the paper being hauled off to jail.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. For more charges of pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know who they're not in jail with? Drag queens.
Right.
Trans people.
Ding, ding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Queers in general.
Right.
Yeah. We're not there.
Nope.
Y'all are there. Y'all are there. And this is what predators do.
Yep.
Good God. Anyway. Yeah. So we don't need surveys to know this, but, I'm glad they're doing them because they never did.
Exactly.
They never bothered before. Thank you for bothering now. Yeah. They are too obsessed with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? They want to fuck us. And many of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look up trans porn and you see where it's most popular. Mm-hmm. And then you compare that to political affiliation. It's like a direct overlay.
It's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're well aware.
The Venn diagram is a perfect fucking circle.
Yes, it is.
Pun sort of intended.
So this just made me smile. Activists chalk messages outside Harry Potter play, reminding fans they're fueling transphobia.
Yep.
Yay.
It's like, let the little wizard boy story go.
Mm-hmm. Spread love, not hate. Boycott Harry Potter.
Period.
Trans rights activists protested a production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child at London's Palace Theatre last Sunday, writing a series of chalk messages urging fans to avoid seeing the show. Yeah.
Photos of the sidewalk near the theater show messages like Harry Potter tattoos have a higher regret rate than transition.
That's right.
Spread love, not hate. Boycott Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. And it's true. It's like, I don't understand this need to hold on to this. I can't see someone dropping 200, 250, 300 pounds on a theater ticket just to prove a point that they like J.K. Rowling. I think it's like laziness of thought and not wanting to let go of things that you like. But it's like, after a certain point, who are you really? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I was a hardcore Harry Potter fan. I went on Pottermore. I got myself sorted. I was a proud Slytherin for the longest time. Mm-hmm. I had my famous whipping scarf was my Slytherin house scarf. But you know what happened? I put it all away because I didn't want to be associated with someone who is sympathetic to her TERFism.
Yeah.
Period. You just stop.
She's funneling profits at this point to items directly sponsoring actions against trans rights and trans people.
Exactly.
She's not even hiding it.
Right.
This is her, this is her thing.
Right. So the money that you're spending on that theater ticket is directly funding basically trans kids killing themselves. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that is what she wants.
Well, I know that's what she wants.
Clearly what she wants.
That's what she wants. I'm talking about to the people that are going to see the show. Is that what you want?
I don't know what they think about. I'm reminded of how many times, different people said to me, well, Ann Coulter doesn't believe that shit. Well, she's making money with it, and she went on television for how long? I mean, I haven't heard her name in a while, but
Right.
I don't want to hear those arguments anymore.
And that's not better.
This is no, it's not better. Exactly. Well, it's all for theater. No, we're well past all that because too many people take all this very seriously.
Right.
And people are dying and people are being hurt.
Yeah.
Desperately hurt. And, you know, you're showing us where you stand.
Right.
If you don't know anything about it, it shows me where you stand. I mean, all I got to do to be discouraged is go look at the line at the Chick-fil-A.
I was waiting for you to say that because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know most of y'all don't care, but
Right.
Yeah, but that is what she is doing.
Yeah.
With that money, and there are better ways to spend money. I mean, you know, there are times when I can separate the art and the artist, and this is not one of them.
Correct.
Because she keeps doubling down.
Right. Because it's one thing when supporting the art that you separate from the artist does nothing but, you know, contribute to the zeitgeist. And there's another one when you're directly funding the harm of other people.
Right. And if she's really worried about women, fund shelters, fund education,
Right.
Fund childcare,
Right.
Fund birth control,
Right.
Fund fucking abortion for that matter.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of things that you could put your money toward that would actually protect and empower women.
Yeah.
Going after trans folk?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You're not accomplishing a goddamn thing.
Right.
But marginalizing already marginalized people.
Yeah. Well, I told you, like, over the pandemic, I was seriously thinking about sitting down and designing a bunch of like knockoff MAGA shit to sell. And like, I was like, fuck it, I'll take the stupid people's money. We need money. But then I stopped and thought, would you be able to live with yourself? No, I would not. So I didn't do it.
No, I don't want that money.
Exactly.
Right. I don't want that money. I mean, although if you want to buy some nice merchandise, go over to, anyway.
No, finish the fucking sentence.
Go over to our store.
Yes.
And purchase some Full Circle, the podcast merchandise.
Yes, Full Circle, the podcast, the store.
The store. Let's take a quick break and come back with more good news.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. You know, I put these articles together, or you did, but they belong together. Mackenzie Scott, former wife of Jeff Bezos, right? Mm. Donated $45 million to the Trevor Project.
Yep.
Amid this mental health crisis and all that has been going wrong. It's a record gift during a critical funding moment. This is the nation's leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for our youth.
Yep.
They received a $45 million donation from philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, the largest single gift in their 27-year history. Mm-hmm. The contribution arrives during a turbulent period for the organization, which lost federal funding earlier this year, while demand for LGBTQ plus mental health services continues to climb across the United States and beyond. And, you know, as long as cruelty is the point, the Trevor Project is there to counteract it with love.
Exactly.
And she put her money behind that.
Would that fall under burning the profits of our oppressors?
Oh, maybe. Okay, I guess so.
Right.
Maybe. Oh, from the settlement with him. But isn't she Scott Paper? Didn't she have money to begin with?
Oh, that's
true. Or
true.
is it Bezos money? I mean, she probably has more from divorcing him, but still. I thought she had money to begin with.
Well, either way.
Either way. Yeah, why not?
It's she's a badass for doing it.
The crisis continues. This provides stability to the organization, but it is not a finish line. It will have long-term impact. This follows a $6 million gift she made in 2020.
Yep.
Signaling continued confidence in the organization's mission and operations. I love it.
Mm-hmm. That's like, oh, okay. I like what you're doing, and you're doing pretty good. Here's $100. Oh, your organization is in danger now, and I love what you're doing. Here's $1,000. It's that equivalent. in broke people terms.
It's wonderful. This is how billionaires should spend their money, because it's not their money to begin with.
Wow.
Somebody, if you have billions of dollars at your disposal, somebody, somewhere, wasn't treated well. I'm just saying. Like, somebody wasn't paid well that you have that kind of money in your pocket.
Or something.
Yeah. I mean, people had to be used along the way.
I'm trying to think what would be that equivalent in terms of Beyonce. And then I'm like, well, then you do have people that are like spend the rent money on Beyonce tickets.
Yeah, they do. What does a Beyonce ticket cost?
It depends on where you're at.
She don't go say, no, let me give you those tickets for free.
Right. No. If you want to sit in like the last row way at the top, you can spend anywhere from $200 to $300.
Right.
But the further up you go, I believe I saw tickets that were like $7,500 a piece.
I don't believe she does many free concerts. I'm just saying.
No. And, I would like to see Beyonce in concert, but...
And yes, they do. She does, probably more than almost anyone in terms of trying to work ethically.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. I still don't think anybody should be a billionaire. I'm more and more of that mind,
Right.
That this is crazy. We're going back to the Gilded Age. And that wasn't fun for most people.
Right. This is why guillotines were invented.
Exactly. I remember saying as a child, if they keep this up, they won't be able to buy locks big enough to keep them safe. And I remember coining that phrase when I found out that Sears, remember Sears?
Yes.
Yeah. Sears, when I was a kid, was full of full-time employees who could pay mortgages and raise families, right? And got full benefits. And the people at Sears knew their shit. It was that kind of department store. And they had everything.
Literally.
So there was a tool department and a clothing department and a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, and they all knew what they were talking about. The appliance salesmen had done that their whole lives. All of them tended to be full-time employees, who could build a life based on the salary they got from Sears. And I remember my mother having a conversation with a woman who had been there for many years, who was, I think, being laid off, or she was retiring maybe. Anyway, the point was, though, she was talking about how all these, they were not replacing full-time employees. They were hiring part-time employees.
Right.
Oh, and so they were putting in new register systems because shrink went up.
Right.
Like you got to have more security when you're not giving people anything because they're going to steal from you. Of course they are, because you're not taking care of them.
Right.
And that's when I went, if we keep this up as a society, I don't know if you can buy locks that are big enough to keep you safe.
Right.
If we're all going to be out there roaming for bread, God help you.
Right.
And that's what that kind of mentality does.
Right.
That mentality that says, how cheap can we get labor?
Right. Which shows
how little can we give?
Right.
So we make all this money.
Right. And if that's how my job values me, then I'm going to take some shit home in my coat.
Right. It should, but back then, again, when the Deptford Mall first opened, you had all these full-time people who had worked there for years very proudly.
Yeah.
Knew their shit, and they probably didn't have a big shrink problem back then because
there's more of a sense of ownership.
There was a sense of ownership, and I can live and survive and thrive, and that just, where is that anymore? Where, like in a retail kind of a job,
right?
Where you're actually, your knowledge is valued, and
because before I had my
high end, but not
my current job, I was working in a grocery store, but this particular grocery store was a family-owned business, and there were benefits to the job, and we felt taken care of. It's like I was making minimum wage, but minimum wage here is double what it is anywhere else.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
So it was like I didn't feel as resentful as I might have working in, say, a 7-Eleven in Philly.
Well, right. Because, it was a place where they try to do better.
Right.
And there are places like Costco and Wegmans and, where they do try to do much better. But I just remember that and thinking, my God, we don't take care of people. We don't, we keep looking for ways to eliminate people, not take care of our neighbors.
And then have the nerve to say nobody wants to work.
And have the nerve to say nobody wants to work.
Like, no one wants to subject themselves to the conditions that you're only willing to offer.
Right. Right. If all you got is part-time work and you don't have benefits and you don't have, first of all, why would somebody come off unemployment for that?
Dang.
Second of all, once unemployment's over, why would you take that if you can find something that actually helps you survive? Mm-hmm. Why would you give all your time to that unless you have no other choice?
Like, no shade. Why would I work for you at making pennies when I can make 3 times as much selling feet pics on OnlyFans?
Well, there's that. Yeah. There's that.
No shade.
But we used to kind of look at collectively as a society at that kind of shit and say that shouldn't be.
If I thought my feet were cute, I'd have done that shit a long time ago.
Jesus Christ.
You could get away with that.
Well, thank you.
You cute little feet. Anyway, sidebar.
I'm ruling nothing out at this point. It's not cheap to live here. Anyway, it really is like we don't think enough about the dignity of work and, how important it is. I don't know how we've got down that road, but fuck the billionaires. Eat the rich.
Yeah, that.
This was another extended study. And, I have said, and I stand behind this idea. This is from ScienceDirect.com. I stand by the notion that this hyperfixation on trans people has some added benefits. We call them unintended consequences. Right? In that knowledge has never been higher. It's never been easier to get accurate information. Right? Even though there's all this misinformation.
Right.
The February edition of the Journal of Pediatrics released a study that, the headline reads, Changes in Suicidality Among Transgender Adolescents Following Hormone Therapy. They did an extended study. These things are finally happening.
Right.
It's good when they happen among reputable folks.
Right.
Yeah, the results. Suicidality significantly declined from pre-treatment to post-treatment. The effect was consistent across sex assigned at birth, age at start of therapy, and treatment duration. The conclusion was HT was associated with clinically meaningful reductions in suicidality over time, extending prior findings with a larger sample and longer follow-up. These study findings provide clinical evidence supporting the mental health benefits of timely access to hormone therapy in this population.
Hello.
Once again, yeah, it's science, folks.
Yeah.
It's trans people are real. Trans kids know they're trans. Mm-hmm. And trans medicine saves lives.
And you know what science has nothing to do with? Emotions.
Yep.
Opinions.
Right. So when the pedophiles and the predators tell you that I'm the problem, I hope you've listened to the show long enough to know. No, I'm not.
Right.
No, I'm not. I am not the problem.
Nope.
Me and mine are not the problem.
Nope.
Anyway, yet another study. Yet another. Lots of references. Here, changes in gender dysphoria, interpersonal minority stress, and mental health among transgender youth after 1 year of hormone therapy. Emotional health of transgender youth 24 months after initiating gender-affirming hormone therapy. The association of gender-affirming hormone therapy with depression, thoughts of suicide, and attempted suicide among transgender and non-binary youth. And on and on and on. These papers are being published. They all support the same conclusion. When we have access to proper gender-affirming care, it is life-saving and life-transforming.
Yeah.
And our regret rates are far lower than any other form of healthcare.
Right.
Because it's right on the nose. Right on the nose.
Right.
It's what we needed, It's amazing what happens when you get the right medicine for the right thing.
Exactly.
Anyway, there's yet another study. I thought that was good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a couple fun things to talk about later, but that's about all the good news we could find this week, and we looked hard.
Yeah, we did.
That said, it is time for our favorite segment.
Sad employer, people taking pleasure in your pain.
Ha ha ha.
This first item, a pro-trans pediatric group won $12 million as the judge slams Robert Kennedy's retaliatory funding cuts.
Ha.
Yeah, the American Academy of Pediatrics will get their grants back as lawsuit moves forward. A U.S. District Court judge sided with the American Academy of Pediatrics late Sunday night in a ruling that temporarily restores $12 million in funding to the group. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, jackass and fool, abruptly canceled previously awarded grants worth $18 million in December in what the Children's Health Group called a retaliatory move. Just exactly what it was.
Right.
Children are in charge right now. U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell in Washington, D.C. restoring a portion of the funding as AAP's lawsuit against the Trump administration plays out. It's not a case about whether AAP or HHS is right or even has the better position on vaccinations and gender-affirming care for children or any other public health policy, she wrote in her decision. This is a case about whether the federal government has exercised power in a manner designed to chill public health policy debate by retaliating against a leading and generally trusted pediatrician member professional organization focused on improving the health of children.
Yeah. Trying to discredit the actual experts.
Yep.
So that your little bullshit agenda can be up front.
That's what they got their hands slapped for, and rightly so.
Yep.
They cited a range of reasons for their funding cuts, including the use of identity-based language and references to racial disparities and pregnant people. Who are the snowflakes again? Who are the snowflakes? We're going to take away your money because we don't like your words.
Right.
We don't like inclusive language to the extent that we don't give a shit who dies.
Right.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That is literally what is happening.
We ain't paying for
in
words.
the United States of America. Thank God the courts are holding at least sometimes.
Right.
In this case, they did.
Purity insanity.
Yeah, there's a chorus of condemnation over Kennedy's decision to stop recommending the COVID-19 vaccine for children, as well as his firing of the CDC panel of independent vaccine advisors.
I like
he
that phrase.
He replaced them with a hand-picked panel of vaccine skeptics.
Chorus of condemnation.
Who know nothing. This is taking the people who do know, who dedicated their lives to knowing, and replacing them with you might as well be random folks from the internet.
Yeah.
Who have deeply held opinions.
I mean, low key, it kind of.
Yeah, when your kid is dead because you listen to these people.
Right.
I don't know who you're going to cry to, but I don't want to see a lawsuit.
It kind of does look like they pick folks off of Twitter.
We tried to tell you. We all tried to tell you. In fact, I'm at a point right now where I feel like saying, don't go to a hospital. If you support this administration and you support this kind of nonsense in terms of, a person being in charge of HHS, if you get cancer, I don't want to see you at the oncologist's office.
Right.
I want to see you go. I want to see you talking to, I don't know, your faith healer. Go to church.
Right.
Where you belong.
Right.
You want to keep discrediting science. You want to keep discrediting expertise. It's becoming dangerous to the public health and has been.
Right. I was going to say.
You know what? Don't use our healthcare system then.
Right.
You stay away from it. Yeah. You and yours can go die in a field.
Ooh, not in a field.
Well, that's not how we do So when even these jackasses show up gasping for breath, as they did with COVID-19, because they would not take precautions,
They
were still
that vaccine
treated.
now.
Yeah, right. Too late. Sorry. And, they died. So many people died unnecessarily because they wouldn't listen. And this is what fuels that. People like RFK being in a position of power. Never, ever should have been. But thank St. Reagan, because he unleashed all of this. He unleashed the fringe. And it's still happening, and we're still paying for the decisions that man made.
And there's still
and
folks
this is
out
an
there.
example of that, as far as I am concerned.
Yeah, there's still folks out there trying to say that COVID wasn't that bad. I just heard someone say that at work the other day.
Well, yeah. The court shut down a dangerous attempt to use federal funding as a political weapon and punish pediatricians for speaking the truth. This ruling sends a clear message: no administration gets to silence doctors, undermine public health, or put kids at risk, and we will not stop fighting until the unlawful retaliation is fully ended. Good. Please keep fighting. It's a shame that they have to. It's a shame that they have to dedicate any energy to this nonsense. But they do. I was quoting Sky Perryman, president and CEO of Democracy Forward, the legal group representing AAP. They won $12 million. That's got to sting a little.
And good. Because, again, their cash is all they understand.
Kind of. Well, and humiliating. They can be humiliated. I mean, this is humiliating. Rick Grinnell, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I love the headline. Gay Trump toady claims he meant to fire an opera company, but came up with the worst excuse.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this because the opera company left?
Yeah.
Oh, but he meant to fire them?
Yeah, it's very much like, you can't quit. I fired you.
Yeah, bullshit.
Gay Trump administration, Rick Grinnell.
Self-loathing house faggot.
Yeah,
Rick
that.
Grinnell.
I knew you were going to say that. Claimed, I love this, claimed his ex account was hacked that week, the weekend.
His Twitter account.
Yeah.
Hacked.
Yeah.
I see.
This is from last week. Claimed his account was hacked over the weekend by leftist enemies intent on undermining his boss's promise for a new, quote, golden age in the arts at the Kennedy Center. Yeah, that.
Is he that delusional? Is he right there with all this? Is he that stupid? I guess he is.
Or
I
he's
guess
just
he is.
highly practiced in having his tongue so far up someone's ass that when they open their mouth, you can see his face.
Yeah, they all can't decorate either.
So on that Friday, the Washington National Opera, we talked about this on the show, announced that they were leaving the once revered cultural institution due to poor ticket sales and attendance after Trump's takeover of the institution last year. The next day, Grinnell said that he fired the opera company, not the other way around, and claimed he had already announced it in posts that were deleted in a hack.
Oh, bullshit.
Quote, the Trump Kennedy Center has made the decision to end the exclusive, all caps, partnership with the Washington Opera so that we can have the flexibility and funds to bring in operas from around the world and across the U.S.
Good luck.
Is what he said on Twitter.
Good luck.
Good
Good luck having people travel to this country.
Right. We have spent millions of dollars to support the Washington Opera's exclusivity, and yet they were still millions of dollars in the hole and getting worse. It's almost like they're an arts nonprofit.
And it's your fault anyway. Yeah. Yeah. This is such bullshit.
Right. But
I planned that.
right.
Oh, girl, please.
So he said the left continues to try and silence people they don't agree with, Grinnell said in his post claiming a hack and the pursuit of its perpetrators. But they will never succeed, he added.
We're the ones trying to silence dissent. What? Yeah.
His tweet said, I have alerted X, Twitter, that someone hacked my account last night and deleted my content on our opera announcement and media corrections. X will find the hacker and deal with him/her.
And that's the only place this existed? It was only released on X?
That part.
Yeah, show us the files otherwise. Like, you had to create them, right?
Right. I will repost the statements.
Please.
Right. I will repost the statements from last night once they are recovered. stand by. You see how this doesn't require a lick of like proof?
Yeah, I know.
Or anything.
This is what they do. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is who they are. They are liars, all of them.
If anyone has screenshots of last night's content, I would appreciate you reposting here.
But no one did. I wonder why.
Right. The left continues to try and silence people they don't agree with, but they will never succeed. So you put it that way. So
Girl,
if nothing comes of it,
Yeah.
you can blame other people for.
The left is so good at what they do.
Right.
You know what?
Like, oh, bitch.
You look even more the fool as you deserve.
Yet another messy
As
stunt
you
queen.
deserve, right? Whatever. Yeah. Chickens roosting, whatever.
Child.
Good God. Good God. The dog ate my homework.
Right?
The dog ate the opera.
The dog ate my homework and then ran away.
I planned this. Yeah, this is all part of my grand plan to something.
Right.
Oh, art's back to the golden age. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Something like, what?
Thank you. Those were words.
Back when Wanda Sykes thanks the trans community
Right. Next.
for anti-trans comic Ricky Gervais
Yeah.
at the Golden Globes.
This was delightful.
You're going to thank God and the trans community, she said of the absent comedian, who is an atheist and a transphobe.
Yep.
Good for her. I loved it. I think it's fun. We didn't watch the Golden Globes, but I'm very happy that she took the opportunity to do this.
Yes.
And it was all over.
And the best part was
The next day.
she said what she said and she meant what she said, because when she got up there to present the award, she said, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Ricky Gervais, for not being here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win, I'm going to accept this award on your behalf, and you are going to be thanking God and the trans community. And then she opened the envelope and his name was there. So she said, Ricky would like to thank God and the trans community, and then walked off. She said what she said and meant what she said.
Well, she opened her remarks by thanking the Golden Globes, right? Because there's some people pissed off that a Black queer woman is up here doing the job of two mediocre white guys.
Yep.
She then proceeded to gently roast the category's 6 nominees, including Brett Goldstein, Kevin Hart,
Kamal Nanjiani, yeah.
and Sarah Silverman. But when it came to 2 of the nominees, she got a bit more savage. Bill Maher, you give us so much, but I would love a little less.
Word.
Amen. It is unclear what specifically she would like to see less of.
No, it's not.
From Maher, who styles himself as politically moderate. She may have been referencing his vocal opposition to gender-affirming care for minors, or his support for Florida's Don't Say Gay law, his general transphobia. General, same thing.
Right.
Or maybe she was just referring to more belittling celebrities like Sykes, Mark Ruffalo, and Jean Smart, who wore Be Good pins to the Golden Globes in honor of Renee Nicole Good, the 37-year-old queer mother who died after getting hit by gunfire from an ICE agent.
Shot in the face and executed.
Mm-hmm. When it came to Ricky Gervais, Sykes noted that the unapologetically anti-trans comedian was absent from the ceremony. I love you for not being here, etc. Because if you win, I get to accept the award on your behalf, and you're going to thank God and the trans community, which is what happened.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been punching down since 2019. In defense of J.K. Rowling.
And he's been unfunny for longer than that.
Yeah, they're jokes. They're jokes. He said he has a right to jokes. It did lead to the call for his dismissal as host of the 2020 Golden Globes.
Yep.
He doubled down in 2022 on his anti-trans rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
And as recently as last week, he said in an interview with BBC Radio 4's This Cultural Life that he hasn't changed his tune on trans issues because I think I'm right.
That was the most white man answer.
I know. I know. Well, he is. Yeah. Yeah. And I love when they say, you can't say anything anymore.
Or maybe you're just not funny, babe.
Right. Right. Punching down is never going to be funny. but mediocre men, and it's not just white men, because Dave Chappelle,
Right.
who has, I'm sorry.
I think I'm right.
Yeah.
That makes me think of, I bring this up often, that makes me think of that episode of Will and Grace when Karen was like, and you know how I know it's true? Because I really think so. And yes, you do have the right to your jokes. And we have the right to call you an asshole, tell you you're not funny, that your mama raised you wrong. Just saying.
Exactly. Yeah. I there was a time when I thought he was funny.
He has been funny.
And then I went, you know what? I'm sorry. Punching down is never funny. I don't care who you're punching down at. It's
I
not
used to
funny.
be a fan of Bill Maher.
It's not okay. And right. Yeah, I was at one time. I cared what he had to say. And then I realized there were similarities between his dissent and our former friend, yeah, who goes, well, there's something to all that, eh?
Right.
Maybe we should be listening more to this obscene rhetoric. Some of it makes sense to me. Go fuck off.
Exactly.
Anyway, before we take another break, do you have a 15-minute fave?
I do.
Okay.
So a few weeks ago, I was listening to One Song podcast, and they had mentioned this band from the UK called the Lambrini Girls. And they're an all-woman, like, neo-punk group, we'll call them.
Okay.
And so I went and I checked out their album, and I love them. It's a bunch of women, like, screaming, but they're talking about gentrification and male fragility. And it's just good.
No wonder they're screaming.
And they're smart and they're funny. So my 15-minute fave is by the Lambrini Girls, and it is called No Homo.
Okay. And
in the song, she's talking to the girl who she likes, and she's like, I said I liked your face, but I made sure I said no homo. I like the way you look. I said no homo. And then that's like the first half of the song. The second half of the song is, fuck it, I like you. So homo.
So homo. On that note, so homo. We're going out to the break with
No Homo by the Lambrini Girls.
Everything I tell her how I really feel, she'll realize that I'm homo for sure. I like her face, but not in a gay way. No homo. I said I like the way she dressed, and then I said no homo. Pre-rapper like Celestial, true painting from Picasso. An angel of the world, trapped in purgatory, a test from heaven, and I'm straight to hell. Said I like the way she talked, and then I said no homo. Her eloquence, her resonance, the softest homo spoken. Epitome of everything. I tell her how I really feel, she'll realize that I'm homo for sure. I like your face, but not in a gay way. No homo.
And we're back.
We're back.
It's time. I'm going to try to race through this.
Do it.
But it is time for the cavalcade of nonsense.
Go, baby, go. Vroom.
Let's start with Ludacris. Who we mad at here? I'm not even sure.
Well,
I know that he had signed up, apparently, for a MAGA-leaning concert series.
yeah.
After it drew criticism and jokes, he pulled out of this festival. His team is claiming that he was never supposed to be included in the event. Okay.
I don't know that I believe any of that,
Gotcha.
because I just don't see him as being that swift. Anyway, it was Ludacris and Nelly. That's the other thing, because we already know that Nelly is MAGA tool now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he performed at the inauguration.
Okay, bye. Not that who cares?
But Ludacris and Nelly were the two major rap artists scheduled to appear at the festival alongside country and rock acts such as Trump supporter Kid Rock, who founded the festival in 2024.
Oh, good God. Okay, all you need to know.
That's all you needed to know. So Ludacris had been scheduled to appear at 2 of the series' 8 shows in Anderson, South Carolina and Ocala, Florida. As of Friday afternoon, Ludacris's name had been removed from the promotional material on the concert series website and in recent social media posts, while Nelly remained on the list of scheduled artists because he meant that shit.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he saw a little heat and decided he didn't want that.
That's what it was.
Maybe he took a page out of... maybe he'd been watching Nicki Minaj and went, you know what?
Right. Isaac Hayes III
He had shit to say.
said, y'all owe Ludacris an apology. Maybe because Ludacris's music sampled his father, and so therefore that would be affecting his pocket directly.
Right.
And make it as loud as them videos y'all posted. I will not.
Oh, because he believes that it was all a mistake to begin with?
Right.
Is that what he's saying? Okay.
Right. Because someone said there was no mix up. He was getting dragged through these social media streets for agreeing to perform at that festival. Nice try.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
You don't believe it. You think he was going to do it?
I mean, I have only had one personal interaction with Ludacris in my entire life, and he was rude and dismissive, so I'm team fuck him anyway.
Okay.
So I could be clouded by that.
Okay.
But yeah, that.
There are yet more celebrities joining the Harry Potter audiobook series, despite backlash. Mm-hmm. Pink News posted a list of them so far. Bill Nighy, who has he done anything since Love Actually? I don't know. But anyway, he's one of them. Mm-hmm. That person whose name, something Monica Jackson. How do you say that?
I'm trying
Cersei? How do you say that?
Oh, Cersei?
Cersei Monica Jackson.
I don't even know who that is.
And Anna Maxwell Martin.
I don't know who that is either.
One of them is from, Dairy Girls.
Oh, or is it Sorsha?
Whatever it is.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
She's from Dairy Girls. Yeah. And Bill Nighy. And the other one. Motherland star Anna Maxwell Martin have joined the cast. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I don't really know many of these names. So, but yeah, there is a list available.
Yeah, we'll post the list just in case any of you care.
Yeah, and in case you do give a shit about which celebrities that you follow are naming themselves as transphobes. Yeah. Here they are. Here's the list.
J.K. Rowling apologists. Because at this point, it's not like they don't know. So they prefer money over morals. Sure. Okay. As long as people continue to be...
Keira Knightley. Yeah, is one of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Keira Knightley was grilled by a journalist on whether she knew about the boycott of Harry Potter content before she signed up to play Dolores Umbridge in the audiobook series. She was criticized for her response, during which she laughed, "I was not aware of that. No, I'm very sorry," she said. Okay. Quote, I think we're all living in a period of time right now where we're all going to have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? That'd be nice. Uh-huh. And we've all got very different opinions. I hope that we can all find respect. Really?
And see, when they say that, when they say we all need to learn to live together.
Yeah, that means stop complaining about my boot on your neck.
Yeah, they mean it's
so inconvenient to hear you.
Right, let me do my problematic shit and don't say nothing to me about it.
Yes, exactly. That's what she meant.
Yeah,
yes.
That's all that means.
Yes, that's what they mean. When they call for peace, that's what they mean. Shut up, will you?
Right.
It's so tedious hearing about your oppression.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Just because I'm harming you doesn't mean I want to hear about it.
See, Doctor Who star Michelle Gomez issued a response to backlash after she was cast as Professor McGonagall. I hear you, and I understand why this is painful for many.
I just don't care.
I want to be clear that I stand with trans people.
No, you don't.
And I support trans rights
Nope.
fully and without hesitation.
Lies.
Okay. I now understand more clearly how deeply complicated and hurtful this association can feel, and I take that seriously. Did you quit?
Thank you.
Being an ally means listening even when it's uncomfortable and taking accountability where it's needed. I'm committed to doing both. Did you quit?
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, Hugh Laurie.
James McAvoy.
Yep. If she didn't quit, those words are, words aren't
Exactly.
just cheap. They're free, people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Taking accountability means I will not be a part of this project. That's what
Right.
it means.
I'll take your money.
Even if it costs me money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take your money and I'll let you use my face, voice, and likeness. But, I don't mean it.
Anyway, they've added even more. So, yeah, those are the people. Like, you can't tell me both things. J.K. Rowling is a transphobe. She is working against our existence.
Period.
Her language is dangerous
Yeah.
and harmful.
Right.
And she has the money to make it even more dangerous. And you can't say you stand with us and then do that shit. You can't do both.
Right.
Sorry. That's not how this works.
Right.
If you're going to take a stand, take a stand. Otherwise, your words are hollow.
Right. If you appear in the plays and the audiobooks and the video games and all of the properties for money, you are supporting her anti-trans ideology.
Sharon Katz, once again, who could ill afford it, was headed to a transphobic festival, didn't realize it. We brought it to her attention. She turned around
and went home.
She didn't go.
Right.
Cost her some money she needed. But that's what you do when you are who you say you are.
Period.
Otherwise, it's just bullshit. So, that's where we live now. Sorry, but that's where we live.
Yeah.
And this woman is using millions of dollars to harm innocent people. And you're okay with it.
Right.
If you're on that list, you are okay with it, period.
Right.
Full stop. That's that. So this is fun. The Trump administration sent out a letter wiping out addiction and mental health grants. Reading out of NPR.
Yeah, this fucked up your mood for like 3 days.
From 2 days ago. Well, Doge did this. Doge wiped out a bunch of funds, right?
Yeah.
My grant was one of them.
Yeah.
The first program in the state actually helping trans people with addiction and mental health.
Yeah.
Wiped out our funding. And for so many other programs, it's almost like we don't have an overdose problem in this country.
Right.
Doge did that. And that was the first round. And now they sent shockwaves through the U.S. mental health and drug addiction system late on Tuesday, sending hundreds of termination letters, effective immediately, for federal grants supporting health services. People were fired because of this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a note at the top of the article that says, update. After NPR's reporting, the Trump administration reversed its decision and confirmed that sweeping cuts to mental health and addiction programs worth more than $2 billion are being reversed. Are we supposed to say thank you? Like, what the fuck? Copies of the letter that was sent to 2 different organizations reviewed by NPR's Signal. SAMHSA officials no longer believe the defunded programs align with the Trump administration's priorities. The letter said over 2,000 grants, with a total of more than $2 billion, were affected, coming on top of deep Medicaid cuts. And the note just says, they're reversing that. This is just indicative of all the insanity. I guess we'll keep following this and see where it lands. But the fact that they would, they would say this in the first place tells me this is not over. This is meant to send a chill up the spine of anyone not falling in lockstep with their ideology over science.
Right. I was just watching a video on social media earlier today, and they were talking about a section in the book 1984 when the government said that we're being generous and we're giving you an increase of chocolate rations to 20%.
Uh-huh.
Even though the week prior it was 30%.
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying we're giving an increase and it's 20%. It's less than what you had, but we want you to be grateful for what we're giving you. It's kind of giving that. It's like we're taking it away, but then we're giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
And we're putting you in all this turmoil, but be grateful that we're doing it.
Right. And now maybe you'll listen to us when we say don't use those words, don't treat those people.
Right.
And those people are allowed to die.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know what foot you're hopping on.
Yeah, but stop comparing them to the Nazis, Charles. It upsets the KKK.
Okay, my bad. I'm
I
sorry.
don't even know what to, yeah. Yeah, okay. So, that. Moving on. There's a Washington State PAC, and they are pushing for a trans sports ban that includes genital inspections. And they say that they have received enough signatures to put this on the ballot.
They really just want to look in people's pants. That's really all they want.
They do. And it's a school-specific transgender sports ban. Involves genital inspections. And they want to put it on the Washington State
inspection
ballot. This is where they were heading all the time. These are pedophiles.
Uh-huh.
These are, you know,
Children's genital fetishists.
And this is, of course, you know, protecting the gals.
I don't even want to know.
By fingering every single one of them.
Yeah, I don't even want to know how thorough these quote-unquote inspections are going to be.
Mm-hmm. They seek to amend Washington law and school district policies in order to bar trans girls from competing in girls' sports. They currently permit trans students to play sports that align with their gender identity, as they should. Should this particular bill, law, ballot initiative go into effect, student athletes hoping to compete in girls' sports would be required to medically verify their sex assigned at birth based on the student's reproductive anatomy, genetic makeup, or normal endogenously produced testosterone levels. In other words, to play girls' sports, student athletes, many of whom are minors, could be subjected to blood tests or invasive genital exams. This is where they want to go. This is what they want.
It's fucking disgraceful.
Mm-hmm. If their signatures are certified, Washington state legislators can either pass the initiative as written, reject it, or propose an alternative. If they reject the initiative, it will appear on the state ballot during the 2026 midterm on November 3rd. I'm hoping it would lose in Washington. If they propose an alternative, both that and the alternative will appear on the Washington state ballot. Even if it does pass, it could still face significant challenges at the state level. No shit. Washington state's anti-discrimination law explicitly prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender expression or identity. But this is the party of small government. They want into your children's pants to keep them safe.
I can't even form an emotion.
Yeah, this is what Republicans want. They want to diddle your kids in order to protect women's sports.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what they want. I'm sorry. That's not even hyperbole. I mean, you know, okay.
This reminds me, I saw a video of...
Can you imagine? You've got to go for an internal so that you can play soccer.
Right.
Spread your legs, girls.
Right.
What the ever-living fuck.
Right.
Yep.
But it
was always going in this direction.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop at trans people, cis women. Been telling you this forever. And it's cis women who are paying the price for this nonsense often.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to continue.
I saw a video, there was this anti-trans rally, and the counter-protesters were going up to each of these people and asking them if they could name any five women athletes.
Mm-hmm.
None of them could.
Of course not.
Not once.
Of course not.
Because that's not what the whole point is.
Yeah. By the way, Amy Sedaris is a piece of shit.
Yeah, we didn't even have to go any further.
She was
This is on New Year's.
on New Year's with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.
Messy ass Andy Cohen.
And she was one of their guests. And Cooper asked, where is the best place to meet a man in 2026? And Sedaris quickly fired back, it might be in the women's bathroom.
The joke didn't land, and they let it be awkward. They let her be awkward on camera. So
Good.
I do give them points for that.
I appreciate that. She can go fuck herself. Yeah, TMZ does not write about an apology while one should be forthcoming. She's not even known for political comedy.
If you ask me, she's not known for comedy.
Well, she said she supported the LGBT community, but apparently that doesn't include the T. Whatever. Fuck Amy Sedaris.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Haha. Now's not the time, people.
Nope.
This one matters to me. The article was back in early December. We just didn't get to it at the last show. But a trans military worker barely eats her drinks to avoid work bathrooms.
Yeah, this gutted me.
And she is suing the Trump administration. It's a question of human dignity. It's a question of equal treatment under the law.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not raised to back down from either of those things. She is a National Guard employee suing the Trump administration for discriminatory bathroom policy that has significantly affected her quality of life while at work.
I'm sure.
Leanne Withrow served in the Illinois National Guard for 13 years and is now a civilian employee in the State Family Programs Office. Until the January executive order denying all federal recognition of trans people, she had never had a problem using women's restrooms at work. Now, she barely eats or drinks all day to avoid having to use the facilities.
Which I'm sure prevents her from being able to do her best work.
Yeah, she told The Advocate she often skips both breakfast and lunch and avoids water as much as possible, surviving her workdays on a single granola bar or a spoonful of peanut butter. While there is a single-user restroom in the building where she works, many of the other buildings she visits on a regular basis do not have one. I know that I have to operate within the bounds of the policies as they currently exist, and I intend to do my job well and fully, and so, in order to do that, I'm making that sacrifice. After nothing came of filing complaints with both the Army National Guard Bureau Equal Opportunity Office and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, she decided to sue the Trump administration. She filed a class action lawsuit in November, arguing that the ban violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. She came out as trans during the Obama administration, after then Secretary of Defense Ash Carter ended the ban on openly serving in the military as trans. She was grandfathered in during Trump's first-term military ban, and now that she is a civilian employee, the current ban does not apply to her. I mean, I would be using the ladies' room.
Period.
Arrest me.
Right.
That's me. This could
and then sue them for wrongful termination.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I would be suing for. And back pay and all that other shit while I relaxed. She believes her job is an incredibly important one, taking care of soldiers and their families and veterans. And the mission is the thing that she would like to be focusing on. So it's frustrating to realize that I have to logistically plan out which bathroom am I going to be allowed to use today, where I'm at a given time, instead of just focusing on that mission. She said she also feels added pressure to overperform so that no one can say trans people are not built for the work. I mean, that I get. Despite the challenge of going to court, she feels optimistic because she believes we're doing the right thing. In the back of my mind, I like to believe in the end the good guys win. Well, I wish her luck. Hopefully there will be follow-up to that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I can't see you accepting any of that.
No, I can, and if they're going to fire me, they would fire me, I guess.
And make sure they put that shit in writing.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, we did the same thing with Sarah McBride has apparently found her voice a bit. I'll have to revisit that, but I've seen her actually realizing she's trans lately because she tried that bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll comply. Yeah, because you have a private bathroom.
Yes, a boss.
Right, exactly. And then they just double down anyway. So I would not be complying with this bullshit because it's bullshit from the beginning. You know, I'm going to eat. I'm going to drink. I would drink more. Are you kidding? I would be so fucking hydrated. And go ahead. Go ahead. Enforce it. What are you going to do?
Pay the maintenance crew overtime because they'll have to be scrubbing the carpet 3 times a week.
Seriously, what are you going to do? I'm going to use the bathroom that I use. And what are you going to do?
Right.
Go ahead. Come on. That's what I'm personally.
I know you would.
Yeah, I said if I were McBride, I would have never complied, and I would piss on the floor of Congress before they would tell me I can't use the ladies' room.
Right. Like I said, and with making
And
direct
that
eye
trans
contact the
people
entire
can't
time.
use the correct bath. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I'd be really fucking hydrated because I would do it several times a day if I had to. Obviously until whatever.
Clean up on aisle 7. Next, I'm going for aisle 10.
So I do want to point out that Benedictine University in Illinois held a Trans Day of Remembrance event and stood their ground that it was an important event until Fox News reported on it.
Right.
And then basically fuck the trannies. I mean, that was, just to summarize it, as soon as there's a little heat.
Right.
Who dat?
Right.
Who day?
Who you?
Yeah. They initially doubled down on why Tudor fit with their Catholic values. And it does. It should. But Fox News picked it up. Fox News, that is not even news.
Right.
They removed pages from their website claiming to offer safe spaces for diverse communities. Yeah. What they had said was, at Benedictine University, we believe that honoring the dignity of every person and praying for those who have died are fundamental expressions of our Catholic and Benedictine identity. The recent event was first and foremost a prayer service to honor lives lost. It was a solemn remembrance rooted in Catholic social teaching and belief in the inherent and sacred dignity possessed by every person created in the image of God.
That actually sounds lovely.
Doesn't it? Sounds like something that should stay there. Sounds like a principle, right? It does. Well, it was only a principle until Fox News had something to say about it. Yeah. And, of course, Libs of TikTok, that grunt. Yeah, she stepped in, and as with all things she touches, it turns to shit.
Yeah.
And they caved.
Yep.
Yeah, they caved. They went from every life deserves profound reverence to fuck you trannies. We're used to this, but yeah.
I mean, historically, this is on brand with the Catholic Church.
It really is. It really is. They had a safe space program, etc., etc. And of course, Fox News went after them because anything good shouldn't exist. Anything decent, anything.
Right.
So, they removed web pages, and now it's just all double speak. We remain committed to being a community where all feel safe, respected, and welcomed.
When?
And where we can come together in prayer, especially in moments of sorrow.
Where?
Except where there's any right-wing pushback at all. We have to treat it like it isn't hate speech.
Right.
Okay. They stand for nothing.
On brand. I said it.
Yeah, and just to point out that I don't give a fuck what your political affiliation is. This jackass, Democratic U.S. Senate candidate, Representative Ruben Gallego, a Democrat from Arizona, Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego, there were texts between him and an unnamed friend of 20 years discussing public perception of the Democratic Party and the future of the party. And the friend wrote, "This is how the world views many Democrats," and shared a meme of Representative Rosa DeLauro, a Democrat from Connecticut, who often has short purple-dyed hair, which had superimposed text reading, "If erectile dysfunction had a face."
Wow.
And he replied, "They aren't wrong." And later wrote, "We look like the not fun party, always telling and correcting people, not allowing men to be men. Women to be hot. We used to be the party of drugs and rock and roll. Now dem women look like dem men, and dem men look like women. He didn't deny the messages, but he called it heartbreaking that his friends shared them.
Oh, I'm not sorry I said it. I'm sorry you know about it.
No. He called the messages a reflection of what I've been saying the whole time. Adding, I've been very clear about where I think the party needs to be. I do think we have to be an open and bigger tent party. So this is just a reflection of what I think I've said. What? That the party was not as inclusive as it should be. What? We're not allowing the hot girls in? Is that what?
I'm not sorry I said it. I'm sorry you know about it.
Yeah. And then this is a Democrat who resorts to word salad. Dude, we see who you are. Yeah, it's clear here. He has previously said he was concerned about transgender athletes competing in girls' and women's sports, telling trans girls, we love you. We want you to be part of our community. But this is just the one place you can't play.
So it says that he's a pro-LGBTQ plus ally. So I guess only if you are a straight presenting white gay man and a trans woman he wants to fuck, I guess.
Aaron Reed said, his messages do not reflect a genuine concern for the challenges facing American men, nor do they offer a blueprint for Democrats to win by mirroring the right's hostility toward gender variance. They reflect the same tired, corrosive rhetoric we have come to expect from the far right, and we should not accept it simply because it's coming from within our own coalition. Hear, hear.
Period.
I hope he's primaried, and I hope his political career ends.
Yeah, really.
We are seeing in New York that you can support queer and trans people and get elected and thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, yeah, it really, I'm sorry. He's a dino, I guess.
Whatever.
Right. There's too many of these within the Democratic Party. And it's becoming too stark. If you can't figure out why it's important to support marginalized people, even if you don't really understand them, the Republican Party has their door wide open for you. And that sounds like where you belong. The DOJ ordered prison inspectors to stop considering LGBTQ safety standards. That happened.
Yep.
This was NPR, again, early December. Stop evaluating prisons and jails using standards designed to protect transgender, intersex, and gender nonconforming people from sexual violence. Yeah.
Because that's a bad thing.
This population is uniquely vulnerable to attacks while incarcerated. Advocates say the change will put such people in even more danger.
Yep.
And it will.
Oh, yeah.
The DOJ is now revising federal standards related to the 2003 Prison Rape Elimination Act in order to align with President Trump's executive order on gender ideology extremism. Yes, wanting to live is extreme.
How edgy.
Yeah. Yeah. The detention centers will undergo audits, and they will no longer be inspected using the standards specifically designed to keep us safe. The facilities include federal prisons, state prisons and jails, juvenile detention centers, and immigration detention centers. These inspectors, referred to as auditors, are not employed by the DOJ, but are hired by corrections agencies or by individual facilities. The DOJ certifies the auditors and can decertify them. Of course, they did not respond to NPR's request for comment on the memo outlining all of this.
Right.
Just the latest removal of protections, legal protections for trans people.
Yep.
Yeah. This is inhumane.
Literally.
Inhumane.
Mm-hmm. Literally and actually.
Democrats aren't angry enough. But,
For real.
it's got to trickle down to them. Until then, Chick-fil-A for dinner.
Right, exactly.
Let's see, what else do we have here? I do want to touch on the fact, because we need to. Reading from The Advocate, 7 takeaways from the Supreme Court arguments about bans on trans women and girls in sports.
Okay.
On Tuesday, they heard nearly 4 hours of arguments in 2 cases, Little v. Hecox from Idaho and West Virginia v. BPJ, that could define the future of transgender women and girls' participation in school sports nationwide. A large and raucous crowd formed outside the court, where dueling groups held rallies. Supporters of transgender people appeared to outnumber detractors. Yeah, some traveled from across the country for the Fight for the T in Team rally organized by Lambda Legal, the ACLU, and Legal Voice, which featured transgender youth, athletes, parents, members of Congress, and civil rights leaders calling for equal access to school sports. Congressional Equity Caucus Chair Representative Mark Takano of California addressed demonstrators and sharply criticized Education Secretary Linda McMahon, who was speaking simultaneously at a nearby anti-trans rally. If trans employees exist, surely trans teenagers exist. If trans teenagers exist, surely trans children exist.
Bam.
If trans employees have a right not to be discriminated against in the workplace, then trans kids have a right to a free and equal education in school. Hear, hear. In 2020, the Supreme Court ruled in Bostock that discrimination against gay or transgender people in the workplace is unconstitutional, because it is. Inside, the courtroom was filled to capacity with noticeably more men than women in attendance. Fuck. Chase Strangio, of course, was there on our behalf. God bless Chase.
Yep.
Strangio. Let's see. Boys and girls teams are legal. The real fight is about whether trans girls can ever be treated like other girls for sports. The states say they are not required to make case-by-case exceptions. The bans operate only in one direction, and the state admitted it,
Right.
which is discrimination. Sonia Sotomayor said the bans look like sex discrimination, and she is absolutely correct. The court has not decided whether trans people deserve stronger constitutional protection. We just want equal protection.
Thank you.
And equal protection would let these kids play.
Period.
That would be equal protection. The court may rule narrowly, and that's, I think, what is likely to happen, where they rule very specifically.
Right.
So even if the court sides with the states, the ruling could be narrow.
Yeah, equal rights, not special, not
No.
more, not extra.
But in the same way that we do protect women based on their gender, we need to protect trans people
Yeah.
based on their gender.
Yeah.
It's sex I'm not preaching to the choir, beating a dead horse, and all of that. It happened in the Supreme Court. I don't know when we're expecting the ruling to come down. And we'll see what it does. We will see what it does. We had the chance in 2016 to elect Hillary Clinton, and we would be living an entirely different reality.
Yep.
But we don't trust women.
Right.
And then they said, not that woman. And then they had the chance to elect another woman. They didn't trust
Not
that
that
woman
one.
either.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I bet you the ones that are in charge, they don't trust either. So.
No, they don't. They really don't.
So what are we really talking about?
You know what we're talking about.
Oh, I know.
We're going to take another break.
Yeah, let's do that.
And scrub our tongues and gargle and come back with some pop culture.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back.
Okay.
I put this here because it just seemed appropriate. Pantone names its color of the year for for 2026?
White.
Yeah. Cloud Dancer is the actual name of the color.
White.
But it's white. I'm just going to leave it there. Color of the year for 2026
Is white.
is white. Which is interesting because I thought that the color of the year for 2025 was white. And 2024 and 1973 and 1802. But okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Right. It's a different shade. Not optically as bright as the last one or something. Yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are.
Not as bright as the last one. There's
the
a metaphor in
colors,
that
and
somewhere.
you chose that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This was just funny. So we did watch the documentary about Chris Brown.
Yes, A History of Violence, I believe it was called.
Uh-huh. He filed a $500 million defamation lawsuit. Judge dismissed it.
Well, yeah.
It's only defamation if they're lying, jackass.
Right.
Like this, they just reported
Right.
on things we know.
Right.
Where you want
It.
he did,
They went by like police reports and eyewitness
Right.
reports. And
but you put it all in that one place, and it didn't make me look.
Right.
What,
I was like, well, when you put it all together like that, it sounds bad.
baby? Baby, you look like an idiot filing a defamation suit.
Again. Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to that.
That's all we got. Truly, that's all we got. Yeah, the judge went,
Fuck
that's
out of
cute.
here.
Get the fuck out of here. This is all you.
Oh, so this just this is a current conversation. Basically the fact that there's a new season of Drag Race and we're like 2 or 3 episodes in and like nobody can really watch it because it's on MTV. First of all, they change networks every season.
Right.
And so they're on MTV. Nobody has cable.
Right.
And you can use a standalone MTV app if you go through your cable provider.
Oh, oops.
And so, no one's paying for cable these days because cable ain't cheap.
Did I tell you? Because we had a day without phone service, right?
Oh, right.
Most of the day, Verizon was down.
Right.
We all, kind of said, is this a,
Practice
view of
for martial law.
Things to come. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Verizon internet was apparently also down. We
Yes.
had Wi-Fi, but many did not.
Right, because we have a different company.
They sent us $20. They gave us a $20 credit to make up for the day. I mean, I'll take it. But
I knew they were going to send out a credit, but that's all we got.
you get $20. I mean, it was not even a whole day. So, but anyway, yeah, the world is a different place for now.
Right.
But we should not have day-long outages. Too many people rely. Now we run shit on Bluetooth.
I was
like
getting
we
ready to say.
run shit on Bluetooth.
Yeah. And Wi-Fi.
And
yeah.
Wi-Fi and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. How many millions of dollars were lost because folks couldn't make a phone call or take a phone call or make a
don't
transaction?
know. I don't know, but it was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because a couple of people were trying to call me, and I couldn't come. I couldn't get a phone call,
Right.
and I couldn't make a phone call.
Right.
Yeah,
Same.
for hours.
Yeah. Luckily, it was fixed by the time I had to go to work because that would have sucked.
Right. But it was most of the day, and yeah. So I don't know why I connected those two, but you were talking about a streaming problem. And people don't have landlines anymore. Is where I was going. The other place I was going, plus $20 off. But people don't. Like most people have given up the landline.
Right.
We still know some who were like, nope, I'm keeping that because you never know.
It's kind of smart, actually.
Maybe. Yeah, because we couldn't, you could make a 911 call, I think.
Yeah, that's the only thing we could make a 911 call.
Right. Because I never saw where it says how many bars you have. This was the first time in the history of having a cellular phone where it said SOS.
Right.
For me.
Right.
And you said that means you can call 911 and that's it.
Right. And the only reason I know that is because I have that second iPhone that I got because I'm a good person. and it doesn't have, it's not attached to any kind of carrier network, so it always says
Right.
SOS.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a huge walk around the block.
You just didn't want to talk about
I don't care
or
about
hear about Drag Race.
but
That's all that was.
Apparently, you can't see their streaming unless you have cable.
Right.
Is that the deal?
Yeah. And
well.
like, you know,
Somebody will put it on YouTube.
okay. I mean, well, when the whole season is over, it'll show up on Paramount Plus.
But not until the whole season.
But not until the whole season is over.
Oh well.
You know, and like cable is not cheap. Like you can get live cable through Hulu if you want to spend $84 a month.
I do not.
Right. Philo is like you can get a introductory $25 a month, and then it becomes like $35, $40.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's so many different packages, and none of them are really cheap. And so it's like, well, who are these people that are watching Drag Race? Because it ain't nobody I know.
I don't know.
Because nobody has cable. So I just found that interesting. And that's been a problem.
We haven't had cable in years.
Right. We haven't really needed it. You know?
I don't miss it.
But it was driving people crazy because like All Stars is always on Paramount Plus. Like it just goes directly to Paramount Plus and you can watch the new episode when it drops. So that's fine because we have that. But it's just, you know, and theoretically I could watch it at work because work has cable.
I'll bet they do.
But I don't want to sit and watch Drag Race with those people.
I was going to say, I don't know how that would go. Yeah. Whatever.
So yeah, that's all. It's just it's a current conversation that is being had because folks are not thrilled about the way this is going down.
Okay. Oh well. I wonder why they keep moving networks.
Money. Because first it started on Logo.
I know.
The little queer network that could.
Right.
And then they got a little money, and so they moved to VH1.
Right.
And then they were on VH1 for a while. And then they started airing All Stars on Paramount Plus exclusively. And people were mad about that because that's an extra subscription. And then they moved to MTV, and this is where they are. They've been to MTV the past 3 seasons.
And MTV and VH1 used to be the same thing.
Well, sister
Yeah,
channels.
Sister, whatever. I mean, they were both on basic cable.
Right.
You got them both in the package, I believe.
Right.
But we don't, yeah. I don't know.
So,
Sorry.
right.
I guess. I've been watching Chicago PD.
Yes.
It was one of those I bypassed for so long.
Right. It exists in the same world as all the Laws and Order.
Well, every time I would like get to the end of a Law and Order binge, it would say, you know, you might also want to watch. It's very violent in comparison, I think.
I know,
and there's a lot of running. They're always running. They're always God. A lot of chasing, a lot of running.
Yes.
A lot of running.
Yes.
Pretty people running, most of the time, but running.
Yeah, because like
running, right.
every time I'd walk into the room, it was some chaotic craziness going on.
I know.
It was shooting and screaming and running and
I'm telling you. Mm-hmm.
and the only people that are on the Chicago Police Department are twinks, Maxim models, and then folks that are like 55 and up. Like that's it. No one in between.
Okay.
That's what I noticed.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is weird.
I don't know. It's a thing.
It's like, how do you have any kind of seniority in the police department when you look like you're 20 years old?
I don't know. It's just a new thing I've never watched.
It's entertaining.
It's some of it's, you know,
it's very
line to follow.
Is it
some
more
it's not.
violent than SVU?
I think so.
It feels more violent.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was too much running in that, but this is worse.
Right. It's like
They're
I
always
looked up,
running. Yeah,
there's
everybody
like
runs away.
There's like a severed woman's head. I'm just like, God damn.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
The fuck?
Yeah. It's just been one of those things to put in the background.
Right.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, the Golden Globes happened.
They did. We mentioned Wanda Sykes earlier.
Yes. And there was, I know for one thing, there was a little bit of controversy. So Tiana Taylor won for...
The hell's Hamnet?
It's a Shakespeare movie.
The only thing we saw was Sinners, which was great.
And One Battle After Another.
That's not on here.
Yeah, it is.
Best motion picture drama. Best motion picture musical comedy.
So
that's one battle after another. They're calling it a musical or comedy.
Yeah, it's considered a comedy for some reason.
Uh-huh.
But Tiana Taylor won Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role.
Okay.
For One Battle After Another. Now,
She the one with the cheekbones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's fabulous. I love Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Like I know she was a singer who acts. Like I knew that, but I never really saw her until she was one of the hosts for the Met Gala this past year, and oh my God, she is so fucking fabulous. And then we saw her in One Battle After Another, and she put in work, and she deserved to win her Golden Globe. But the conversation that's going on is her getting an award for that role, as opposed to some of the other roles she's had, is akin to Denzel winning his Oscar for Training Day. It's like, that's what you award? It's like a black woman who basically turns her back on the revolution and her family.
Yeah, that did happen.
So, but at the same time, it's like black characters are allowed to be complex too.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made for, but I totally get it.
You got to squint to make that argument, but yeah, okay.
I mean, having not seen anything else that she's done acting wise,
Right. But I hear what you're
like.
know.
I can understand why someone might have that argument. Like, you know,
Yeah, there's a reason Training Day won he won for Training Day and not Malcolm X.
Yeah, I get it. And the reason why Halle Berry won her fucking Oscar.
Okay. Is that the same thing? There's not a equal comparison to that,
I mean,
is there?
she won by
Monsters Ball. Right?
Yeah.
Which I never saw.
Yeah, she was a
battered woman, right?
She was a single mother, not that bright. I believe she was a drug addict, and she fucked a racist white man.
Uh-huh.
Is the long and short of it.
Okay.
And she got an Oscar.
Huh.
And I realized
I never saw the movie.
Don't do it to yourself. It was the first movie I ever took myself to by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in the theater mad. And then I was like, well, let me watch it again just to make sure that I'm like not being unfair. And I still hated it. Mm-hmm. And it just, and I think I wouldn't have the strong feelings I have about her winning the Oscar if she weren't the first black woman to win that award.
Best actress, right?
Yes. I think that's what did it. It's like, no, not for that. But anyway.
Yeah.
I've forgiven Halle Berry as a person, but that was some bullshit.
I mean, Tiana Taylor won Best Supporting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, she put in work. That movie, you know, arguments aside, was a wonderful film.
Yeah. A lot of these movies I don't know. A lot of these names I don't know. Best screenplay was One Battle After Another.
Right.
It was all right. We watched it.
I still don't understand why Michael B. Jordan didn't win all the things for playing 3 fucking parts
For Sinners,
in Sinners.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Did Sinners win anything?
Best cinematic and box office achievement, and best score. I mean, in both cases, rightfully deserved.
Right. Right.
Because, like, fuck, box office achievement, they stay keeping that movie in the theaters. It has left and come back so many times. Like, it leaves and it comes back with a bigger release. Then it leaves and it comes back in IMAX.
Rhea Seehorn won for Pluribus, which I still keep being told to watch.
Right.
Oh, Noah Wiley. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
From ER. Won for The Pit, which is something else we have not watched.
Yeah, I keep saying we need to watch that.
Jean Smart won for Hacks.
Yes.
Which I adore. Michelle Williams won for Dying for Sex. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a series.
or limited series.
Yeah, one of my clients was showing me that show and telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh, good Christ!"
Seth Rogen, one for the studio, which we started watching and then stopped. Was there a reason we stopped, or we just went, meh?
You stopped because you were annoyed by the style of comedy.
Okay.
It was like cringe comedy. But I ended up finishing it, and it is funny, but it's also really well done. Like my favorite episode is I think it might have been the last one you watched. It was called The Oneer, where he was visiting the set and they were trying to get that one take shot,
Right.
and he kept fucking it up.
Yep, he kept messing it up. Yep.
Right. But then
And it just got to be ridiculous.
right. But the reason why I love that episode so much was when I realized that the episode itself was shot completely in one take. I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. And then I noticed from that point forward that each episode, there was a certain cinematic technique that was used to do the episode. Like the very next episode had this really dramatic drone shot that you don't realize, and if you're not paying attention. And then once I paid attention, I was like, oh shit. And then I backed it up and watched it again. It was really, really well done. So I get it.
Okay.
I also get why you wouldn't care for that style of comedy, because it is kind of cringe porny.
It annoys me.
Yeah, I get it.
I can just, read the news and be annoyed.
This is true.
I don't find it entertaining. Yeah, it got silly. It got like enough already.
It was silly, but
Anytime I say enough already, yeah, we're done. We're just done. Like when it turns into the absurd. And
there
I'm
were
like,
moments
okay.
of slapstick. Yeah, you would have hated
Life
it.
right now is absurd.
Right.
So, yeah. That doesn't make me laugh.
I liked it. I was entertained by it.
Okay.
But
Well, anyway, it won. He won. Something won.
right.
That happened. We didn't watch, and I have no desire.
I would have liked to watch it, but I don't have the kind of schedule anymore on Sunday nights that I can watch award shows.
No, you do not.
So
I don't have the desire. So there we go.
I don't have the time. You don't have the desire.
Nope. None.
So,
Nope.
but I do like knowing who wins and who is nominated, because we've seen all of 2.5 things that were nominated this year. So I like to see if the things that I liked win the things.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other pop culture you'd like to talk about? Anything else happening?
No, not really.
I feel like culture is diminishing.
Culture is not diminishing.
At the moment.
I mean, the artists are still making art.
I know. I know. It's true.
But I'm noticing that I'm going to have a lot less time on my hands to watch things, because I got my promotion, and in my old job, I had more downtime on the job once I got my work done.
Yep.
So I could watch that new movie or that new series.
Right. Not so much.
Now I'm actually like busy the entire time. So
Makes the night go faster, though.
it
right?
really does. Like
Yep.
I like being busy,
Sure.
but I don't get to watch shit no more.
Yeah. I never did. So,
And the
Welcome.
stuff I would watch at work is the stuff that I couldn't watch with you, like horror movies and things like that.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how pop culture works from here on out.
Well, I mean, there are multiple seasons of Chicago PD. So. Unless they start to annoy me. I mean, I was watching The Closer, and then we got to that episode and then I stopped, and then I was watching. What else was I watching? And then I stopped.
Right. Yeah, we talked about it last episode. Like
Yeah,
3 different shows. You were like, no.
Yeah, no, we just hit a place where I went, ugh,
Yeah.
and stopped. The West Wing was having a gasp, and I stopped there too. I did not finish.
Well, because
Maybe I'll go back, but it was like, okay, I'm tired right now.
It was
of
too
this
real.
Directionless. Yeah, whatever.
No, The West Wing, it was just depressing because
It was getting to it was not at a place where
we're not that anymore.
No, yes, but it was I want to say they were floundering, like policy wise or whatever. And
Oh, right. It was the second.
I didn't want to second term bullshit, whatever. And I was just like, you know what? Meh.
I don't need to watch this go down.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've watched it through more than one time,
Right.
But I just went, yeah, no. And then the closer was that, and something else. There was another one that I stopped midstream, and I'm like, and that might happen here.
Right.
Who knows?
Then I also pull you out of your series to say things like, we have to watch one battle after another.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we did.
There's other things that I'm sure I'll do that for. Like I said, Bob the Drag Queen has a new stand-up special on Hulu. We have to watch that.
Okay.
So.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Then I think it's time for podcast business.
Yeah, let's do that. If you haven't already, why don't you swing on by Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, YouTube, or wherever you enjoy our show, and leave us a review or a rating or hit that subscribe button. 5 stars or more, please. Follow us on social at Full Circle the Pod on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, and Full Circle the Podcast on TikTok. You can follow Martha at Martha everywhere. Her writing can be found at iammarthamadrigal.wordpress.com. I am at Never Scared everywhere. If you have a story idea or some gossip or just want to say hi and tell us we're doing a great job, drop us a line at askfullcirclepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Explore our new web store and get your own piece of Full Circle the Podcast merchandise. Just go to our website, fullcirclethepod.com, and click Shop Our Merch. There's bound to be something to suit your style. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/fullcirclethepod. Starting at just the $3 a month tier, you get access to all of our episodes ad-free and before everyone else. And it only gets better from there. It's fun over at the Patreon. You can also check out our Discord channel, Full Circle the Podcast. Whew. Podcast business over.
All right. So we'll try to do this on the regular a little better.
Yeah.
Than we were.
Please.
Until next time, I am Martha Madrigal.
And I am Charles Tyson Jr.
And you've been listening to Full Circle,
the podcast.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Full Circle is a Never Scared Productions podcast, hosted by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal, produced and edited by Never Scared, executive produced by Charles Tyson Jr. and Martha Madrigal. Our theme and music is by the Jingleberries. All names, pictures, music, audio, and video clips are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective copyright holders.